channel. I am Jason, your host. Let's just see if everything's working. Looks like everything is working. We are just setting everything up. So we'll just wait for everybody to appear and go, yay. Oh, Tootie's sleepy. Just reading the Discord. Hello there. Morning. We are here. I am going to just have my tablet. Need my tablet. Need to have my simple basic medication. Morning, Sweetykins. Yay. We're good. We're good. So, please. Yay. Hello and well. We're going to prepare 2 meals today. One for the morning and one for the afternoon. Because if I put the second meal in the Instapot, it'll keep warm until tonight. Hello, Cozy Val. Yay, Cozy Val's here. Hello. So we're going to set up 2 meals. The first one's going to be a potato meal. I'm using the last of my potatoes. Oh, hello, Cozy Val. Hello. Welcome to the channel. We are doing our crazy fun time. And I am... Morning, Tootie. Morning, everyone. Hello there, Zeron. So, I'm just thinking, what should we do first? It's 8:30. It's 8:30. It is 8:30. It is early for even for me to do a lunch. But hey, I think we'll do we'll put together the meal for this afternoon. Because that way I don't forget to have my meal, and that way it's all ready. So what we're going to do is we've got a choice, and I want you to help me with a choice. The choice is the base of the meal. Is it going to be rice or ramen? We can use rice or ramen. So choice is rice or ramen. The 2 R's. Do we do the basis of this afternoon, the afternoon meal, rice or ramen? We've got 1 vote for ramen. It's been quite a while since I've had ramen. Right, actually I have rice every day, but I don't do the second meal on the channel. So I'll never see. So ramen, let's go with ramen, yeah. Haven't had ramen for quite a while. Now, as you know, I have these over here. I have these massive boxes of ramen noodles that I have. Each one of these contains 40 ramen, and I have 2 of these. We've got those. So I have lots of ramen in the house. So yes, we've got one here, these Nigerian noodles, barbecue chicken. Yeah. So the noodles, the ramen, they're the basic type ramen thing, but these are these were quite very cheap to get. So this is going to be the basis of the meal. So this is what we're going to do. The good thing with this, we can put the inside part for the instant pot. We can put it over here so you can all see me messing about with it. So I just put it there for now. So that's the so I'll just put this in there first. I'm going to break it up a bit. See, most people don't do ram. Oh, you got that. Let me watch that. It dropped into the dog's ball, the actual thingy package. This is what happens. Yes, Vida is from the Philippines, I believe. Yes, Philippines. Because one day in the future we may go to the Philippines together. So we put the spicy things from the random goodness. Or random. I call it all random because it's all basically the same. It's the noodly type things. So we've got this sauce in 2 parts. We've got this type of a. Oh my god, that's going to goop all over me. No, we don't want to be gooped over. There. We can take a bit of that and get rid of the goop, okay? There's the goop. It's goopy stuff. There. Goopy stuff. There, that's enough goopy stuff. We don't need any more goopy stuff. We've got goopy stuff in there. So, Ginny, hello. So what we do with that ramen is this. There's an interesting bit of math here. You know, you usually put about 300 ml of water inside in with ramen. 300 ml of water. Well, the thing is this. If you take a basic tin of carrots like these, and you take a tin of new potatoes like these, they have almost exactly 300 mils of water in them. So if I empty these 2 in there, it's got enough water. So I'm doing wonderfully, especially. So I'm going to open these 2 cans and put some potatoes in with it. And this actually does, I've done this quite a few times. It tastes quite nice. Zeron, you're just weird. You're just weird, Zeron. So where is he? Oh, man. I shall open this can of new potatoes. And it goes in there like that. Now this is the meal for not lunch, this is the meal for later in the day. And then we've got carrots, tin carrots. So tin carrots with the juice from the tin carrot goes in there too. I know this is a weird way of doing it, but it does work. Usually, I used to do what ramen in the actual iron skillet. This is a viable way of doing it. So what we've got there is the start of the meal. Now I'm going to put in there with that. Yeah, we do have a tin version for everything. I am going to find somewhere in here two frozen sausages, in there like that, and this. As soon as found this, just goes straight in the Instapot, put the lid on, Set the pressure cooker to 9 minutes. Started, and that's my afternoon meal. That afternoon meal will be kept warm until about 3 p.m. when I stop my stream in the afternoon and eat it. It's actually really nice tasting. Hello, Iseen. Iseen's here too. We've got everybody here. Well, I've just cooked. I've just done the first meal, which the first meal has gone in to the Instapot for later. That's my afternoon meal, and it is noodles, rameny noodles with some carrots and tin potatoes with a couple of sausages in there and the juice, and just let that cook until it'll cook in about 9 minutes, and then it'll keep warm till later. Now the second meal, the meal I'm going to eat this morning, is going to be a potato-based meal. We'll do that in a bit. It's a bit early to do it yet, but we can get the stuff out. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That's a really weird saying, isn't it? The elephant in the room. I don't think I've ever seen an elephant inside a room. I'm from the UK. I was going to do a stream this morning using my old laptop. In fact, the laptop base is still here ready for it to go on to keep it cool. But unfortunately, both my old laptops decided to die yesterday. They were both about 12 years old, and I was going to do a bit of this is what you can do on a 12-year-old laptop. Unfortunately, they died. Not really recoverable, but that's okay. They were only it was just like a retro thing. I like now and then to do a stream basically on like really old tech, like 12-year-old tech, and show people what you can still do on it, how you can still game on systems like that. Because I think part of recycling isn't just about finding and creating new technologies that are more efficient. It's about using what we've already got and using old tech for gaming and stuff like that instead of throwing it away. So I can't do that this morning. Vida's awesome. Ginny, Vida's coming to visit me at the end of this month because he's coming over to visit me at the end of this month. So I looked yesterday into how much it would cost me to build a retro PC. Yep, coming to visit me. We've known each other for a long time, me and oh, Cozy Val, yay. And what I want to do, ideally at some point in time in the future, I want to build an old PC about from 2014 technology, and one that I can basically use through the ages. So the idea is this: you have a PC from about 2014 with an i7 CPU, which is pretty good for gaming still, even there. A 4-core 8-thread from 2015 will do it. And then, depending on what year we want to, I would love that. Depending on what you want to actually do, we could go all through the generations of graphics card, because the graphics card is the limitation really in gaming these days. But I can't do that for a couple of months at least. I'm going to have to save up and try to get hold of a cheap base unit and put together a little PC for doing little streams with it now, and see what we can do with an old computer, with a 9 or 10-year-old computer. So I can't do that at the moment. Can't afford it. But I am looking at a couple of items, and here's a tip for you, because I know some of you have talked about it yesterday. eBay is becoming very, very, very cutthroat. Anybody who's tried to buy technology on eBay will know that the amount of sniping that goes on, as in people waiting till the last 30 seconds of an auction and bidding things up and things like that, eBay is becoming very hard to find really good deals. So I'm finding actually the place where you can get really good tech for a good price is pawn shops. In the UK, we've got something called cash converters. And I know cash converters exist in quite a few countries, but you can still get some really good quality technology for cheap prices. So like I've got an actual, I'm looking at something which is what's called a Surface Pro tablet laptop, which is from 2015, 2014, for under 80 quid. 80 quid is 80 pounds. Quid is what we sometimes say instead of pound. So that's actually a really good price if I wanted to do retro tech on something old. So that's what I might get. I can't eat that much sugary stuff anymore. Anyway, I think we should start setting up the main meal. Now, once again, you can help me choose. We'll be using potatoes because we've got them. I'll be doing mash. I eat a lot of the same kind of foods at the moment, just the way it is, because it's food that I can have. So we've got mash and some veg. And so we choose between, we can have the meat to go with the meal can be tuna or a pie. Those are the two types of meat I've got in the house that I can use with this meal. So it's tuna or a pie. The tuna is tin tuna. It's nothing fancy, it's just a tin of tuna. So we've got to choose tuna or pie. Tuna or pie. Tuna pie. Tuna pie. Not going to have both at the same time because I can't use too much food each day. I need to spread my food out. Tuna or pie? Do we have tuna or pie with the meal? You've got to decide for me. Tuna or pie? You get to decide what meat product I have with it. It's either a meat and potato pie to go with it or tuna. Tuna or pie? Come on, people. You should be able to choose this. Tuna or pie? So we've got one vote for tuna, two votes for pie at the moment. So, come on, we've got 12 people on the stream at the moment. We've got to have more votes than this. 2 for pie, 1 for pie, 3 for pie. I think we're probably going for pie again. See, I've found a couple of pies, and for some reason those pies I can still eat. They don't do me any problems. What flavour is the pie? It's a meat and potato pie. It's just a meat and potato pie. Okay, we've got 4. It's pie flavour, yeah. It's freaking. It's okay. So pie it is. You love yourself, do you, Warden? And Zerenexite is a muffin. Okay, so no, it's not muffin time. I can't have muffins. I can't eat muffins. Bertie, what are you doing with that? Are you a doofus? I can't have most cakes. I can't have most pies, but for some reason. Morning Road Rush. We're just deciding on meat pie, but we've already put the meal in for later, which is going to be noodly rameny type thing. How are you this morning, Manifesto? Yeah, because for those that don't know, Road Rash is Manifesto for Munchies. He is full of munchy goodness, Manifesto is. He's full of munchy goodness. Yeah. As always, I'm looking forward to Fridays. Serenexite gets a bit excitable. Yep, so we're going to go potatoes, veg, and pie. Now, the interesting thing is, I can't eat many pastries. Pastries are really bad for me. But for some reason, and I've done testing over time, these specific pies by Holland, I don't know what pastry they use on it, but these specific pies by Holland, actually I can eat. They're just a meat and potato pie. Holland, I don't think they're from Holland. I don't know where they're from. But I know that these frozen, from Lancashire. Holland started life as a baker's shop in Lancashire in 1851. For over 165 years, our proper tasty range has been baked to a secret traditional recipe, passed down from generation to generation, using only the finest ingredient. The nice thing about these pies is they microwave from frozen in 4 minutes. In just 4 minutes they cook. So takes 35 minutes in the oven or 4 minutes in the microwave. I'm going to cook them in the microwave. So we'll get one of these out. Unfortunately, these aren't in stock anymore. So it's just a simple pie. Whee! I like chairs that go round and round. I love chairs that go round and round. Whee! So, okay. Let's put this in the microwave. My microwave is very old. My microwave is very, very old. I only turn my microwave on when I'm using it because it makes funny sounds sometimes. So I just have it turned on for the 4 or 5 minutes when it's needed. Put that in there. The pie is in there, ready to cook. I'll put the plate out. And we need to find the potatoes. Where are the potatoes? Where's the potatoes, Jason? We need potatoes. We need potatoes and we need the veg. So, potatoes and veg. And we've got the thingamajigs. Potatoes and veg. I love chairs that go round in circles. I love chair go round, chair go round. So, potatoes first because they'll fit on you. So, I might have enough for 2 more days of potatoes. I think I've got potatoes for 2 more days. Then we'll be on the rice and ramen because at that point in time we will have no more potatoes in the house. Right, so let's slice up some potatoes. As always, I always keep the skin on the potatoes. 1, 2. I think that's let's take 2 of these small ones. Little potatoes to go with the others. I will see. We've got potatoes. Potatoes are in the potato thingy we do. There's potatoes in there. Potatoes. And we've got to put water on the potatoes. I can put the rest of this away. Potatoes. Potatoes go boom. Whee. Potatoes. I see. Potatoes are going on here and will be turned on and it shall go boom. No, they won't go boom. Da, 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 da. Turn it up to number 8. Now we need veg, which we're down to using frozen veg because we don't have any fresh veg. So frozen mixed veg. Mixy veggies. Mixy veggies no beans. Oh, the one taking good one. Unfortunately, I have to keep my veg up really, really well. Ooh, ooh. Holy chicken soup bender beater, that would be awesome. That would be bloody brilliant, that would be. Because the whole point of the retro keyboard, you see like that. In this day and age, that was the beeping of the Instabot saying that basically it's done. So that's the meal for this afternoon. So, I need to put some more water in. The doggies do like to gravy. So this goes on there. That goes on there like that. There we go. Everything's good. Yeah. Oh. Wee. Oh god, no. I can't do that anymore. Yeah, that would be perfect, Vida. That would be a perfect little thing for doing retro gaming on. As long as you don't want it, yeah, that'd be perfect. And of course we've got the cow beanie. We've got the cow neopath peeking around there, and we've got Iggy, the plushie. Yeah, yeah, Zero is a bit special. Have I tried any consoles? Pretty much every console except Nintendo's. The last Nintendo I had was a Nintendo Lite. Apart from Zeronite, you know what happened? Now, Zeronite, you have to remember, Zeronite is the only person who gets timed out on my channel. Sometimes when he goes a bit wild, calm down. No. So, the first console I had was a Binatone Master System in 1979. I had an Atari 2600. I had a Sega Mega Drive. I had a PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. I had an Xbox, original Xbox, an Xbox 360, an Xbox One. I've got my Steam Deck, of course, which is my ultimate. I got rid of most of the other ones. Yeah, the TV Master, it was Binatone. Would everybody like to see the original console that I used? Would everybody like me to go fetch the original console that I used? Because it's upstairs somewhere. Okay, stay here. I'll be gone about 2-3 minutes. Unfortunately, I can't get it. It's up in the attic. It's up in the attic, so we can't get it. My apology. Instead, I brought down a consolation prize. So the consolation prize is the first handheld console I ever played. I need just to know that should be okay there. So this is the first handheld console I ever played. This is from 1980. So we can try and get this work. Now, little Galaxian. Yeah, I've got to find a little piece of wire because one of the connectors doesn't work on it. So I've got to find a little tiny bit of wire for inside the actual system. But we should be able to get it work if we press a few buttons and mess a few things up. But Jason tries to find a little bit of wire. Technology, come on Jason, where's the wire? We need wire. Actually, that might work. So let's have a look. One. Don't know whether this is going to work. We'll try. Let's play with it. Right, so what we need to do is this. Hello, Frosty. So let's see. Right, we've got a piece of cabling. We're just going to slip it in the right position. We need to slip this down inside here. Right, now I don't know if this one's going to work. I don't know if these batteries have got charge. Oh, we never know until we try. Turn it off before we put the last one in. Right, let's see if we can do this. We need to hold this in a specific position. Unfortunately, I've got to keep the actual thingy in a specific position for it to there. So it's got a short in the back. But as you can see, it still works. And you just move the thingy from side to side and fire the buttons. Yeah, it has a screen and it works. So I've just got to, it needs a piece of spring inside the back of it. I'm just seeing if I can, I'm wondering if I can find this piece of spring somewhere to try and make it stay there. So we've got a little bit of thing here. We need to, it's got to be, I think actually we might be able to do it with this. Let's, I'm trying to basically just I'm trying to balance this. So let's see what we can do. Made of spring. Come on. Not the easiest thing to get to work as you're trying to slip a cable, a little tiny thing behind here, just to jam it in place. Right, let's try that. Not sure if that'll work. No, it's extremely hard to play this while. So let's it's almost impossible to play while like this. But yeah. Reset it. I used to play this for hours and hours and hours. And this came out in the... See, I can play it quite well, but we don't... See if I can get to 100. Plays very like Space Invaders and very... See if I can get to 100. Yeah, yeah. There, I got to 100. I got to 100. Yay. 103, actually. I got to 103 on it. See, that's technology. This is the first handheld I ever played. From 1980. It's 43 years old, and it still works, and it still is gameplay. It's still a game, and I used to spend so much time sitting playing that and annoying my parents because that sound effect, you couldn't turn the sound effect down or anything. So all you would hear was me in the corner playing that over and over. Of course I can. Unfortunately, can you send me that via Discord, please, Reader? So I've got it on my Discord, because I'm going to have to go in the other room and do it when I do it. Yeah, it's got a really nice sound, and the actual tube inside there that creates the colours and everything is beautiful. Yeah, Nini, fine, yeah. If you go onto the main server, there's a pinned comment telling you how to get the actual stuff, and you can actually... But yeah, we have it whitelisted, so only people we have been on the channel that can play it. The crazy thing is this. The crazy thing is this. Look at this. Look at that. You've got that there, right there. That's from 1980. Oh, don't tell Zeronite. He'll actually believe it. He'll actually believe you and want to be on it. So you've got that there. And then what have we got next to it? The Steam Deck. You've got the Steam Deck there and that there. 2022 technology and 1980 technology. It's still gaming. It's still gaming. It's still entertainment. It's still something. Let me just turn down that before it goes. Yeah. You are, no, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Technology and gaming and portables. So that was the first portable I ever had, was in 1980. The thing is, okay, here's a tip for you. If you've got old technology like this, the way to clean it is this. Get yourself, in the UK it's called GIF. Vida, do you remember GIF? It's now called SIF. Use SIF or GIF kitchen cleaner with on a soft cloth is perfect for cleaning this kind of plastic. And yes, Cozy Val is right. Yes, SIF or GIF, very good for cleaning this kind of old kind of very good for stopping Nintendo DS Lite, the white version, from going yellow. And but Cozy Val is right that keeping these out of the sun is a really good idea. Sunlight degrades and damages this kind of plastic very, very easily. So keeping it out of the sunlight, good idea. Just imagine that your consoles are goths and or vampires and don't like the sunlight. Just imagine that. But technology these days, Xenexite is just weird. He's just a weird one. He's that special person that you have in your chat that does weird things. Between him and David, we have our special quota covered. Oh, you miss going to the beach? Yeah, David is an absolute nutter, and Xenexite is a close second. But yeah. No. Well, you can go to the beach in moonlight. Yes, I did. I had a ZX Spectrum. Okay, let's talk about my original computers. So we talked about the consoles. So on the computer side, I went, if you can look this one up, this is my very first computer I had. It was an American computer we had. It was a weird little computer by Texas Instrument. I've talked about this before. So the first computer I got bought was this. The TI-99/4A Texas Instruments. It came with cartridges, and you could also get a tape deck for it. I had, because it was American, it didn't call it noughts and crosses. It had tic-tac-toe instead of noughts and crosses and things like that. But my dad got me hold of one of those, the TI-99/4A. Then I had a ZX. Then I had a ZX80. Then a ZX81. Then a Sinclair Spectrum. After the Sinclair Spectrum 48K, I had the Sinclair Spectrum 128K plus 2, the one with the built-in tape deck. Then I went from that. I missed the whole early Commodore stuff. From the Spectrum 128K, I went straight to the Amiga, no, to the Atari ST, then the Amiga 500. I still have an Amiga 500 upstairs, a really nice one that I actually stream using stream the Amiga 500 sometimes. Then from there, I went to PCs. My first PC, and I've talked to Vida about this, my first PC was a 286 in the early 90s. And then I had a 386, the 386 was the first PC I actually built. And it was interesting because, okay, so I was a student. I was a student with very little money and I wanted to build a PC. So what happened was this. The 386 was the first CPU. I think it was a 12 megahertz CPU or something like that. The first CPU that actually needed active cooling, needed a heatsink. I didn't have enough money, so I bought the memory, I bought the actual board, I got it home, I connected it all up, and then I realized I didn't have a heatsink, and I didn't have the money to go get a CPU heatsink. So what did I do? It didn't fit in my case. The motherboard didn't fit in my case, so it sat on top of the case on one of the corners. It didn't electrocute or blow up or anything. It was okay. And for 6 months, it was like that. And what did I use to keep it cool? This. A basic cutlery knife. I put on top of the CPU and up to the case. You got to think, CPUs in 1990s didn't get to the temperature the ones we have these days do. But the connection, the jury-rigged everything with just using a cutlery knife lying on top of the 386 CPU kept it cool for 6 months. And I used that as my college computer sitting on my desk with the motherboard sort of angled on one of the corners of the 286 case because it wouldn't fit in there because it was a proprietary case, and with a knife just like this lying across the top of the CPU to keep it cool. And my computer back then had 2 megabytes of RAM, 2 freaking megabytes of RAM, and I had my first case of being pissed off at a games publisher in 1992. And that was because I think it was 1992 or something around that, when a game came out called Comanche Maximum Overkill. It was a flight simulator arcade game for the PC. And it used voxel technology for graphics. And it was groundbreaking. But it needed 4 megabytes. And I only had 2 megabytes on my computer. It was the first time I had to upgrade my PC for a game. So yeah, I had 2 megabytes in my little 386 and I couldn't play Comanche Maximum Overkill when it came out. So I had to increase it to 4 megabytes. Oh. Yeah, I remember my early 100 megabyte hard drive. So yeah, that was the past that I went through with gaming. I've always had a gaming system. I've always been gaming. I am probably one of the longest running, because of my autism and the way gaming helped me. From the age of, I would say, 6 years old until now, I have never gone a day without gaming. So I probably have more experience actually physically playing games from 1976 to today, and there's no day I don't game. So I actually have continuous gaming from that point to now. Gaming plus gaming, with a little bit of gaming on the side, an extra gaming. Yeah. Oh yeah, I eat. And I like taking apart technology, old technology, and computers and bits and pieces, and VR and gaming, and my phone and gaming, my Steam Deck and gaming. Yeah, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far freaking far away, I realized when I was very, very young that gaming helped me to deal with the world. Very from the first time when I was young and the world didn't fit me, I went in the corner and played this. And it made me happy and it kept me safe and I understood the rules of the game. I didn't understand the world, but I understood the rules of this game. So I could play this and feel safe when the world didn't make sense to me. Gaming. I have literally gamed my entire life. Of course, there's other things I did. Yes, I took apart motorbikes and rebuilt them in the 90s and the 80s. I I've liked to explode things in games. I have a really nice air rifle, an air rifle, an air pistol, and I got into airsoft. I used to own a really nice remote control car, which I rebuilt. No, you don't need a gun license for air rifles or air pistols. Yeah. Let me just try find something. Would you like to see the custom air pistol I've got? Yeah, I used to go to the local air show. Would you like to see the custom air pistol? I'll go fetch that. Right. So this. Okay. Now this is a custom. It's kept in here. This was actually Paola's. This was customized for Paola. It's a it's an American one actually. No, it's not a Luna. Doesn't matter. It's an air pistol. It's an air pistol with a custom trigger, and it works off. these little gas. You put a gas thing in the bottom of there, and it's a 177 caliber. And it's not mine. This one was Paola's, what she used to use. And she used to paint her own targets and that. Little cold gas canisters. So that is a beautiful little thing. Let me just put that on there. I can show you a picture. I think he's probably seen a picture. Let me try find the picture of Paola using it. Because we used to go to a local area. That was a custom one because the trigger was made so Paola could use it. It was a very, very light trigger. And she was a very good aim with it. So let's see if I can find a picture of Paola using it. I've got a picture somewhere and I can't remember it. Go scrolling through all the pictures I've got. I have way too many pictures. Should be around here. Looks like I've got every picture here except the one with Paola. Ah, there it is there. Right. Let me turn this on. And that's way too big. Let's yeah, Zoutside, calm down, Zoutside, or you will be banned from the chat because I need to see what other people are saying. So if you do too much of that, how can I see what other people are saying if you're gonna commandeer the chat with all this childish crap? Sorry. Doesn't matter, you keep doing it. You get a bit too excited. Okay, so that's Paola using that air pistol at the gun range in her wheelchair because they had a special place in there where you could get a wheelchair. So she's sitting in her wheelchair. That was in 2017, the year before she died. She also had a I've got an air rifle of hers as well that's also same kind of thing, gas driven, and it has a very light finger because her hands were so damaged. It took quite a lot for her to use it. As you can notice also that because of the damage to Paola's body, she was always cold. So even though this was taken in the summer, she had like 2 hoodies on top of everything. She had like 5 or 6 layers on top of everything. But yeah, so that's that pistol that she used. It's a beautiful little gun. So yeah, I have done other things other than gaming, and yes, I enjoy other things like I enjoy sci-fi and films and my dogs. But gaming and VR and all that is what has kept me going. So feel free to ask any other questions. Oh, I'll turn this on now. We will turn the microwave on. The microwave shall be turned on. Turn the microwave on for 3 minutes to cook the pie. Favorite sci-fi movie? Oh, are we talking of all time? I seen. Are we talking of all time? Or are you saying recently? Okay. So all time, it would be a film called Monolith Monsters. All time. This is an old 1950s science fiction film. You can still find it. It's black and white, Monolith Monsters. I'll find you the wiki for it. It's a classic little one. Yeah. This is back when. Yeah, this is. And the fun fact is about this, the actual rocks, reader, the actual rocks in this film are the inspiration for the resource in the Command and Conquer games. You know, the resource that falls to Earth, which people mine. This is the original inspiration for that resource that is mined by the people in the fictional Command and Conquer games. And the nice thing about this movie came at the time when scientists weren't just side characters, and scientists like this one out of Monolith Monster, when people actually believed the scientist. You know how the modern trope is, you don't believe the scientist until it's too late. Well, this was written at a time when scientists were seen as heroes, as amazing people, as explorers and action men. So that is the original one of that, and it's a lovely little film for the time. So Monolith Monsters is my all-time. Of course, if we go into modern, it's the Tremors movies. I love the Tremors movies, all of them, all 7 or 8 of them now. The plot of is basically a rock summer. Vida said, Vida just put it in. Rocks, meteors which grow when contacted with water, threaten a sleepy southwards. And basically, these rocks just expand and replicate when they're rained on or water hits them. It's a very simple premise. Yep, the microwave beep. That means that the pie is ready. All that's ready as well. So of course, Tremors, and if you go into, I know some people don't like them, but I absolutely love the Marvel universe, cinematic universe. I love watching it all the way through from the start, as in from the Hulk film all the way through, and see the slow burn, the slow character creation through the entire series up until the end of the Infinity War saga. I love watching the films, and you can see all the very slow character generation, which came to a head in Avengers Assemble in New York, when you didn't have to explain what was going on, because everybody knew and was invested in these characters that had been brought in through all the different films. And that's the big mistake that DC keeps making. Instead of creating its own overarching long-term slow burn to create the massive idea of something like Infinity Wars. Keep trying to force it into one film. And you can't do that. You can't catch up with 13 or 14 films worth of investment that people had. Interstellar's interesting, but it's not one I'd watch again. I did like it, but it's not one. I mean, I love my favourite movies like Ghostbusters. Yeah, I haven't seen Bullet Train yet. I want to see Bullet Train. Yeah, I do like Star Wars. I don't like the prequels. I felt the prequels were as a betrayal. Oh, would you like to see the last? Paola was a very, very, very much into she started collecting Star Wars stuff when she was 6 years old, after she saw the first film. Would you like to see what's left of Paola's collection? We don't have much left. We sold most of it. Yeah, exactly. Would you like to see the collection that Paola had? I mean, she had the big ATSTs and all the toys and everything, and we sold all those off. Right. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so this is a box of stuff. I'm going to have to put it down there. Okay, so what we've got. For the Star Wars RPG game, the original source books for Dark Empire. We've got the Star Wars fact files, the old ones. The Star Wars technical journals. These are lovely things with loads of stuff on all the different things. The other Star Wars technical journal. Another part of the New Republic resources for the New Republic Dark Forces Rising source book. The movie trilogy source book. Lots and lots. We've got the original VHS films before they changed them. And still in very good condition, these are, the boxed one. Pretty much all of the full-size books she had, from Truce at Bakura, Dark Saber, Children of the Jedi, all of those kind of things, those are all there. Then we've got the comics, which is all of the comics that were originally sent out, the Dark Empire 1, Dark Empire 2, Star Wars, Empire's End, Jedi, Tales of the Jedi, complete set of the Tales of the Jedi. We've got the Tales of the Jedi, Dark Lords of the Sith comics, all in really good condition. We've got still a couple of plates, but we've got here, I'll just put those there because those are, we've got the original. In fact, let me get these out and then put the rest back in, and then we'll look at them last. So we've got more comics. We've got the original comic set, a complete set of the original comics, the original, very original, early comics. Complete set of those. Right, put those back in there. We've got the original books and all those things. Empire Strikes Back. Multiple copies, some sealed, some not sealed, and so on. Let me just put all this back in here. And then I'll show you the last bit, which is the... Well, I'll just put this back so I can sit down. Let's turn this down a bit more. Right. Right. Well, no, it's okay. So, then we've got these. A complete set of the original Star Wars cards. A complete set of the original Star Wars. All complete set of the original. Complete set for Empire Strikes Back, and a complete set for Return of the Jedi as well. All kept, she had complete sets of all. That's the last of the Star Wars. So put these back now. See, Paola, yeah, Paola, yeah, those were from the 80s and that, the original cards that came out. Now the thing is, Paola stopped collecting Star Wars when George Lucas came out with the prequels. Like a lot of people who loved Star Wars, as soon as they turned the Force from something which was mystical to like alien parasites in your blood, when he changed those, he lost a lot of the old fans, and Paola stopped loving Star Wars after they did that. When he basically sold out, when George Lucas sold out and changed that, yeah, completely changed it and completely got rid of all the Mara Jade stuff and everything, and all the Timothy Zahn, Dark Empire and everything, all the really good stories, and instead created his piece of crap of the prequels. So yeah, so Paola didn't, she kept all that stuff, but she didn't feel any emotional connection to Star Wars after that, really. I mean, my favourite Star Wars movie, the recent one, and the one that I really do like, there is some good stuff, Nico, and that is Rogue One. Rogue One is a fucking awesome film. Well, before I watched it, I thought, and me and Paola watched it, before we watched it, I think, we all know about that. It's just the story of them getting the Death Star plans. But Rogue One absolutely fucking kicks ass. You should watch them. They are a good series of films. So Rogue One is one of my favourite Star Wars movies. And if anybody who hasn't watched it just because it's Disney, that's sad. Yeah, yep. I'll agree with you on that, I've seen. I do like The Mandalorian and the Obi-Wan series. They kick ass. Leia was let's say Leia was a little bit of an idiot. She was. She was a little bit of an idiot. I like Alien. Alien is one of my favorite space movies, science fiction movies. Oh, come on. She kissed. There was so much wrong with those movies. There really was. I mean, why did he think that kissing who turned out to be her brother was actually going to be a good thing? The do you know the only problem, the biggest problem, Red Melody, welcome back, yay. Do you know what the biggest problem with the original, the prequel movies is? Is this? I don't know they knew this, but the original prequel movies that they did, the ones that I don't like, is that he copped out. Because if you know does anybody know the original idea behind Jar Jar Binks? Does anybody know the original? No, no, no. Do you want to know? And you can look this up. The original idea, and he copped out of it, was this: Jar Jar Binks was actually supposed to be a Sith acolyte. That's the big twist that was going to happen. But people hated him so much that Lucas balled out on it. Think about it. The idea that this guy was going to be a Sith acolyte, and actually he was a Sith acolyte or a Sith master. Yeah, that the theory is true. That between the first film and the second film, they decided they couldn't do it because the hatred for the character, they had to change the story. But how much better would it have been if he had turned into a dark Sith by the end of the third movie? No, it wasn't. I mean, it was actually what they intended to do. He was supposed to be. It would have been amazing. And all this stuff you saw, you would have looked back at all the foolish things he did as being really just him being fake. There was supposed to be a scene where, in one of the movies, where all of a sudden he stopped doing all the silly things and he just stood there and showed his true self. And from what I understand, it freaked the hell out of people that saw it because of that idea of it being such a change. But because of how much people hated the character, he changed the story, bottled out, which was a complete mistake. It would have made that character from being a trivialized to being something that would have been legendary. Because think about it, the way they were doing it. They were saying, weren't they? Yoda and that were saying that the dark side is hidden, that we can't see the dark side, that it's all clouded. How perfect would have been for this crazy, silly comedy character that they had been with for most of the movies, and then realize as he reveals himself that he's the evil one, and they couldn't see him because of this cloud over the force. And this was the idea of it, the idea that something so silly and so simple would turn into out to be the biggest shock and show how the Jedis were being fooled by the dark side of the Force. It would have been amazing if they had followed through with that. Yeah, I would have loved it. But instead he bottled out of it and kept him as just a crap. Yeah. Yeah. It was kick-ass. Instead they went with the stereotypical Darth Maul style thing. I better get my food out now. My food's probably ready. My food is ready. Bye-bye for now, Sarah and I. Try not to be too crazy for the rest of your life, for the rest of the day. I mean, seriously. You can sit me sometimes. So we got the pie. The pie goes on there. The pie is ready. Okay, so we've got that there. We need this. We just need to put on the. We're just going to do the gravy. So the gravy needs. Right. Yeah. On the back one, turn it back up. Turn it off. A little bit more of that. No. There we go. Oh. So yeah, I love these talks that we have in the morning. We can talk about anything and discuss things and that. So what I'll do for Val, I'll add Val to the whitelist. Welcome to the channel anyway, Val. And I've seen, and where are the kiddos? What do you mean by the kiddos? Morning, Sion. The doggies, Bert. Let's. Okay, where's Bertie? Bertie is here. Bertie is there. That's the Bertie just waiting for food. And Beryl, as per usual, has gone into this room and is lying on here on the baby. She likes to be on the sofa, having a rest. You've got to follow me around, haven't you? You've got to follow me around. Oh. You've got to follow me around everywhere. That's your secret. You like that secret. You're a secret. Yeah, you are. You're so cute. You're such a cute girl. Yes, you are. So, they'll be getting their food soon. So that's where the doggies are. I do sometimes in the backyard. But leaving the house with is a really bad idea for me. House good, outside world bad. But I can't go in my back. In the spring, I'm going to do vlogs and that in the backyard. So let's do the mash. Let's do the mash now. We need to do the mash. We need to add. First of all, we'll do the gravy, because this gravy is both for me and the doggy. The doggies get gravy as well. Got to remember, the doggies have to have gravy too. I put gravy on their meal when I do their meal anyway. Just like that. So they do. Mashed potatoes, little bit of thingy. Morning, Ben. We are having a splendiferous morning of cookie things. A little bit of that in there. Splendiferous. We are in a splendiferous time of happiness. How are you, Ben? Right, now we get the masher. We get the masher. We mash the mash with the masher. Check that. That's all good. That's brilliant. You can turn that off. We mash the mash with the masher. Get the masher. Get the mash. So it's more mashed. So I'll eat my meal in a bit. This bit of food goes to the doggy, so that stays there. The veg goes on there. Whee! The dog gets some veg as well. And we'll do it like this. A little bit of gravy on top of it. The rest of the gravy goes in there for the doggies. Right. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, wow, my God. Wonderful, Bendo. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that in the actual... now... Yeah, me going outside is a bad thing. So... I am going to just grab a picture. I'm going to just do something now. I'm going to just grab a picture of this because I need to... I've seen much worse names than that. If that kind of name offends you, Frosty, then we really need to protect you from the internet. Yeah, I've seen worse. Yeah, exactly. Right, I shall just go over to my computer. Before I forget, I'm going to shut this down in a bit, but not yet. I just want to go and set up the whitelist for... Wow. Okay. Peter, Reader, it says that name doesn't exist. It says that name doesn't exist when I try to. When I try to add that name to the server, it says it doesn't exist in Minecraft. Are you sure you typed it right? I've tried typing it in 3 times. Let me try that. Let's try without the numbers. Valterra without the numbers worked. Valterra without the numbers worked. So if not, we'll just sort it out later. I'll add you to my are you on the server? I think you're on the server now. So I'll add you to my friends list, and if you're having any problems, let me know and we'll sort something out. We'll figure it out. Is he? Yay! Okay, so I'm going to shut. My time right now is 10 a.m. I'm going to shut this down, have my food, feed the dogs, and generally then I'll be back upstairs to do a stream in about an hour and a half. So about an hour and a half I'll do a stream upstairs. So I hope you all have a good morning or night or evening or wherever you are in the world. So, bye bye for now, you wonderful special people. You are all awesome and wonderful and special. Yay! Thank you for coming and spending time together and having fun. You will. Bye bye for now. And Bertie's right here saying, give me food, give me food. So, bye bye for now. I will do. Thank you for coming. Bye bye, Azeal.